Hey, welcome back to Great Western Building Systems. I'm Eric Beavers, and today we're just going to go around and show you a truck, kind of an update for our unloading video that we did. Here obviously we're in our shipping yard, and we just got this consolidated load set up on the truck, waiting for a trim box actually to come out of the warehouse. But I want to walk you around and show you what to expect when you get a building on your job site. Whether it's consolidated or not, they're all going to load up pretty much the same. This is our loading area, and basically we segregate it into different bays. Here we have 4 bays, so we can load 4 trucks, or at least stage for 4 trucks. When we load these buildings, particularly on a consolidated load, what we're trying to do is make the first stop. You know, we consolidate loads to save money during freight, and our customers wind up, you know, getting that savings. So what we try to do is to segregate the loads as much as possible. Here we were able to do a really nice job, and we got the first stop of the building on the back of the truck here, and then for the most part the second stop up on the front. And we're always going to start with the panel bundles as low in the stack as we can. When they're nested like this, it's really the heaviest bit of the building, so we want to keep that down low and certainly not on top of anything that it could, you know, damage. On this one here, we can walk around back. You know, we started with the panels underneath, and then we immediately built up on this one with the heavy structural iron. Normally what we'll do is actually bring these purlins and the girt material down lower in the stack, but because this is a step deck, it worked out better for us to bring it higher in the stack. So the job number, you know, your Great Western job number 93 whatever 94 92 is going to be labeled on each and every piece. These tags are so we can keep track of it as it goes through the warehouse, and we'll pull these off before the truck leaves. But so all of your parts are labeled here. So 93483 RF2-2, and we can go over the shipper again later as an add-on to this, so that you can see you know, how to check these things off and how to do an inventory, right? So since everything's got its part, you know, job number on here, and this job number is obviously different than the other job. So when we're unloading, we want to make sure that, you know, we're only taking off the parts with the correct job number on. Like I said, on this job, it's really easy. This customer has to unload nothing else from the other job. Maybe the door package, you know, because we have to put those up top. But it makes it a much simpler and faster unloading process. Moving up in the stack, we get to our fabricated cold form, which is, you know, we do all of that welded clip, and so we move all of that up. It's a little bit more fragile, and it's lighter, so we want it higher in the stack. One thing here is the dunnage marks on the steel. You know, this is a gray oxide primer, and it does get damaged a little bit as we're loading it, and certainly when you're unloading it and when you're erecting the building. It's really just there to protect the building from rust during transport and construction, but it is a nice coating. And so once the weather turns a little bit and we can start shipping it so it won't freeze, the job packs will get a rattle can of the gray primer, so that you can touch up on the inside of the building anywhere this is. For jobs that don't have that in the warehouse box because of the weather, just give us a call when you're done. We'll throw it into a USPS, you know, flat rate box for you, so you can go around the building and touch it up. Same paint, just in a regular spray paint can. So here, like I was saying, you know, we're basically splitting the buildings, the 2 buildings on this truck, into a front load or a back load and a front load. And here you can see this is a different job number, 93454 rather than 93483 or whatever it is. And so that this comes off first, and we got stuff on top. When this comes off, that'll open up the spot for the next customer when the truck gets to that job site. I mentioned that we don't want to be you know, pulling off too much stuff or making customers reload. Sometimes that's you know, inevitable, especially with kits like this. This is a handful of personnel door frames, and Just by the way we're stacking this, you know, 483 is down below, so the customer will have to reload this door after he gets this off. But really easy, and it's the safest way to ship it without, you know, causing any damage. Our warehouse boxes, nuts, bolts, sealants, all of the wall screws, a lot of like small, you know, small pieces of cold form. We pack those up into these warehouse boxes. That's what we call them, and we get the job number on and package pretty much all the loose small stuff into these boxes. These crates are really nice, and I like having them. On the back here, this is the old way that we were doing our trim. This is a trim burrito. Basically, it's 2 PBR panels that have been folded around the trim. And we've kind of stopped doing it that way. We've gone to the trim box. And Justin's gonna film this truck leaving, so you'll get to see what the trim box looks like. Just a 20-foot long box with the angle iron on the 4 corners. So that's pretty much it. There's not much else here. Like I said, we'll go over the shipper, or we'll just tie back to the other video where you can check off and do your inventory and everything. But what I like to do as stuff's coming off, especially if you have a hand or a helper, is somebody's checking the tag numbers and the part numbers and checking them off the shipper. A lot of times there's multiples of the same piece, like an RF11, you know, you might have 2 or 4 of those or whatever, and it'll say, you know, the quantity, so you can just put a little tick mark as you're taking them off. Everything is also pretty much bundled together. Like let's go back and look at those purlins and everything. All of these roof purlins here, these are all nested together. So when you take them off, there's a tag on them that tells you exactly what's in the bundle. You can do a count as part of your inventory. You really don't want to leave the truck waiting around while you strip it and open it up and verify everything. If it's on the tag, it's in the bundle, and if it's not, you know, this process is videotaped. So we're able to go back and review if there is a missing part or if it wound up somewhere else. But it's on the cold form, it's really unusual to you know, wind up with something missing. But if it's not in the bundle, it's not on the truck, so no big deal. And you get 30 days to do an inventory. And here's a better view of what those nests look like, and eave struts are nested like that. And so, I mean, that's about it. So if you have any questions, give us a call. We're always here to help out. And we do videotape the trucks also before they roll. So if you want that, you know, to prepare a little bit before the truck shows up, you know, the day or two to see it, just ask your project manager or somebody here at the shop, call in, and we can forward you the loading video of the truck, or at least a couple of photographs from that video. And that way you can really get a good sense of where your stuff is on the truck and what you're going to be dealing with. But this is pretty typical. Thanks for joining me. I hope this is helpful preparing to unload your building and give you a good idea and a good sense of what it's going to look like when it shows up. Thanks. I'll see you next time.